Hello everyone, this is the Hesna Angel and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles there, they haven't been cracked all day. So today I decided I wanted to do a Miraculous Ladybug redraw. I'm not going to change her civilian form too much. I'm basically keeping the same colors and everything. What I really want to do is minor changes to her outfit, and I'm actually thinking of doing different concept outfits that her and Adrian could wear, because as a potential fashion designer and a model, I don't think they should be wearing the same thing every day. Realize it's a limit in animation, but even if they had like 10 like casual outfits that the team had on rotate, I think it would be better than them being in the same clothes. This is an issue I have with most animation when it's not like a school uniform type thing. I would also just minorly change her personality. Just because, especially in the later seasons, she seems a little stalkerish. It just rubs me the wrong way, so I would just have her be more laid back, and after she decided to give up on Adrian, I would probably make her more focused on her design work. Now I'm working on a pose, and I'm just staring at it. I was just staring at, like, how do I... Maybe if I work on the hair, I'll think of something. So, something that bugged me was she was too recognizable as Ladybug. I realized magic in the mask, but with magical animes, and I would consider this very similar, in superhero shows, I always don't like that the people are just changing their outfit or just adding a mask. Unless the mask covers the nose, which is one of the more distinguishing features of the face, it's not going to do much. But when you adjust your hair, it can change how it frames your face and how your face appears. So that, along with a bulkier mask that kind of obstructs how her head is, I think is a better way to hide her... Shut up, phone. Better way to hide her identity than just adding ribbons in a skin-tight outfit. I also... With a girl this young, such a, like, bright, skin-tight outfit, I was just like, because isn't she supposed to be, like, late middle school, early high school? I'd also make the adult males, like in Copycat, sexualize Ladybug less, because it's very obvious she is a minor. Yeah. So I made a lot of aspects of her design actually black with a few Ladybug elements. That way there weren't so many dots and it would actually be easier for her to sneak up. Next, of course, is Adrian to do for these Miraculous designs. And then I'll just be doing different Miraculous heroes and then different outfits. I really have no qualms with Kwamis since they are a made-up type thing anyways. I also wanted to give her her wings, and I'd actually... So I'll have to find the sketch in my sketchbook, but her outfit is actually based off a gown design I did in my sketchbook, so I'll have to take a picture and post it on my Tumblr if you want to see that. And I'm doing like, I figured that for like, because Ladybug must get invited to fancy events and stuff, and part of being a superhero, even if you have a decent reputation, especially with like the government, this type thing, I have a feeling she would get invited to a lot of events, and to keep the press happy and to keep that good reputation, I think she would end up having to do more interviews. And one sec, my own black cat, my own Chat Noir, is causing us minor disturbance. Lucy, please stop clanging the box. I'm recording. Will I edit that out? No. Why? Because I don't know how to edit stuff out like that when it comes to audio quite yet. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I have a feeling she would end up with a lot more having to go to parties, getting invited to stuff by Jagged Stone, and attending events and interviews. While she could wear her suit for a lot of stuff, at certain events, like her superhero suit won't cut it. So I did another variation on my original ball gown design. Basically it's the same thing as her hero look, but glammed up a bit. Sheer paneling on some parts, classier gloves, a like choker type thing that's also just a higher neckline. And it's just like, oh yeah, her earrings. I need to add those. Now my dumbass will realize that I put the earring of the second one on the wrong layer. Because I did her two things on different layers so they were easily swappable. Aside, since they do change Marinette's hair a bit to be bluer, that was fine with me because it changes her reflection a bit. I do forget to add her freckles, but they aren't really noticeable in the 3D model. But I would make sure when I redo this to add her freckles, just because there aren't enough characters with freckles out there, and I think freckles are cute. I'm doing very much my style eyes, and I tried to make them look a bit more almond shape and a bit more like somebody of Asian descent. I don't know how successful that comes off. This is just as close as I can get while keeping it my stylized style, which is a very like 90s/80s anime and manga inspired. I actually had a lot of fun with turning my original concept into a hero outfit, and maybe I'll scan my original ball gown design in and do a video of me turning it digital with closer colors to the show. Let me know if you're interested in something like that in the comments. I also made her bow since I did her hair in a bun. I made her bow like, I tried to like make it look like kind of the wings and antennae. Don't know how well that came off, but that was the idea behind it. I didn't really know what to do for her shoes, because originally I did the original design in heels, but like it was a ball gown, and this is not a ball gown. It is very much a thing to kick button. So I went with knee-high boots as like I don't know, I just thought it looked cool and kind of, I don't know why, but I think of shark shapes like this as more insecty. But I also knew they were going to majority blend in with her leg spandex. We'll just call it spandex for now. Then, of course, her yo-yo. So I actually love that they use more regular objects as weapons rather than like a magic stick or something. Well, not like a magic stick. Y'all know what I mean. I am glad they ended up using a more it reminded me of like Totally Spies, where they used modified everyday objects. And like while her yo-yo has powers and while the different Totally Spy weapons are again modified, they could easily be an everyday object. That way, if she ever needed to, she could improvise with a regular yo-yo since she's so used to using it. Something I would love to see in a Miraculous episode is actually, and I've thought about this for a while, and I might have to do like a short like animatic or animated scene to this as one of my monthly animations, is I would love to see a storyline of Marinette adopting a black cat, like a rescue cat, and the cat like already having the name Chat Noir, and her just like, because it's Chat Noir and it's named Chat Noir and it's this black cat, she's just like, well, I have no choice but to adopt it. But like the person who would run the center would actually look very similar to Marinette, maybe curlier hair, or look more like her beta design. But I think it'd be a funny callback for her name to be Bridget, and because she was the one who originally found the black cat, Adrian starts to suspect that this worker is Ladybug, because she wears her hair in pigtails, and she has an affinity towards this black cat that she wants to make sure gets a really good home that's named after the hero himself. And even funnier, Bridget having a fear of butterflies. And the reason she doesn't adopt the cat herself is she actually being allergic to cats. But she worries so much about this black cat, and like she named it after the hero of the city to try and appeal to the Parisians so they would consider adopting the cat. And then Marinette comes in as Ladybug or something first, and then she returns later with her parents because they're trying to get an animal to help keep mice out, and this cat just is attached at the hip to Marinette because maybe she rescued it from certain danger, and cats have a better sense of smell, so it's just instantly like, yay! Even funnier twist, the cat being female, and its nickname being Marinette jokingly calling it Princess and Milady as a reference to the famous cat Noir, even though it's a girl. And of course, she would make a little custom ribbon or collar for it to wear. And it would match her jacket, but also have like a little ladybug, like the little like dog tag type thing with a little bow on it or something. Or like the bow would be ladybug themed. And maybe Alia uses the cat as the animal mascot for her blog. And whenever the Dupont Changs can't watch their animals, or if they head out on vacation, Alia would definitely watch the cat. And I have a feeling the Kwamis would probably like the cat and enjoy its company. Yeah. I wish we saw more of Marinette's fashion designs in the show as well, because as an artist myself, I'm curious of what they think she would come up with. And it's an excuse to design more outfits, which who doesn't love that? Actually really enjoy Marinette's design. Her civilian design is simple and cute. It feels unique because normally I notice a lot of female heroes or like females who would normally be in this genre or like magic girls. They either have super colorful hair, i.e. Madoka Magica, or they have really, really blonde hair, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I consider Miraculous Ladybug to be more of a magical anime that's melded with a Western superhero comic. And so, because it's kind of that meld of a predominantly male associated thing with a predominantly female associated thing, you'd expect Marinette to have like brown hair or like blonde hair, especially since she's more of the girl next door type, and those almost always have brunette hair. But I love that her hair is just, especially in her civilian form, barely reflects blue and is more black than blue, while her superhero form is more reflects blue a lot more. It just adds an interest to her character and shows why people can't recognize her. Though this may just be me, As far as I can tell, their voices are the exact same. This could just be a show thing where it's just like, oh, their voices are the same because this is a show, don't question it. In universe, their voices would be different. But, like, if I were in this show, voices are a thing I pay close attention to because it's primarily how I recognize people. Especially if somebody wears a hairstyle that they always wear. And if I hear the voice of a hero, because let's pretend I'm an American exchange student or some American model going to model for the Gress brand, because I'm trying to think of a way I would cohesively end up in the story. And so I'd either end up as a student teacher of some sort, I'd have to be a celebrity of some sort, or I'd have to be a model of some sort to end up in Paris and crossing paths with at least Adrian or Marinette. Because a majority of the characters that end up in these shows would be interacting with those two. Anyways, I like Ladybug and Cat Noir probably, while they're based in Paris, they're probably well known throughout at least Europe and French-speaking countries, if not everywhere. You can see I kind of went ham on the design on her shirt once I hit the coloring stage. I'm just like, I'll make her cute. And like, I just did her shirt design a bit. I kept the basics, but I was just like, if she's like me, she's gonna go a tad bit overboard, but it's gonna suit her. Anyways, as I was saying, I like to think that I would be able to tell who they are by their voices. I would need to hear their voices often enough, but there are enough. I might not be able to tell Marinette's Ladybug, but let's be real, I would probably be able to tell that Adrian is Adrian. I mean, Chat Noir. Me and my sister tend to play a game when we watch animes, especially if it's a Funimation dub, of who I say who this bitch play, but it's a game of where do we know this voice from? And even if I don't know the voice actor's name, if I recognize a voice, I'm gonna call it out. It's like, I'll give you an example. Me and my sister were watching Soul Eater for the first time, and we had previously watching Orange High School Host Club because we watch animes together. Because it's just how we bonded as kids. So we meet Maka's dad, and I'm just like, his voice sounds familiar. And then I forget the exact line he said, because this was years ago, and I go like, is that Tomki? And my sister pauses, grabs her phone. She doesn't pause the show because we're still watching it. She grabs her phone, looks it up, and it was. So, and it's actually how, when I'm watching One High School Host Club, how I can tell the twins apart, other than like visual differences, but you can actually tell by their voices, because Karu's is a bit lower, not a bit lower, it's actually a bit higher pitch, but it's a softer tone. That and Hikaru's voice actor is the same as Death the Kids. That's a story for another day, if I ever do something based off one of those. But because of that, I like to believe that. I also have seen a few animes where it's just like Cat Noir's voice actor, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't I can't take this character or this show seriously because all I can think about is Adrian's dumbass cat puns. So thank you, whoever voices Adrian, because I am terrible with names. You ruined a lot of characters and shown in there like side characters are gonna I think he voices like one of the people in the hero license exams and My Hero Academia, and I'm just sitting there like, oh boy, you were not meant to play an edgy role. Anyhow, I went off on a tangent. I forgot my original. Oh, I think I'd be able to tell who they are. I probably wouldn't say it outright to anybody because privacy. I would approach them about it, or I'd approach Adrian about it. I would try to approach them about it, but also I have social anxiety. In an ideal world where I'm part of the Miraculous, let's just pretend I am on enough medication to where it doesn't bother me. If I'm a model of some sort, it would probably be easier to talk to Adrian. If I am just a student teacher or just like a famous-ish artist, probably easier to approach Marinette. Or anything other than like a model or somebody who would work closely with Adrian. Or even if like another way I could be in the universe is I actually know some Japanese. I'm not great at it, but I know enough to hold a minor conversation. I could be entered as like Kagami's like English tutor or something like that. Anyways, I would approach one of these two idiots as teacher and be like, y'all mofos. Like, I didn't approach them individually because obviously Cat Noir and Ladybug don't know each other's identities, but I would be like, y'all mofos, Ladybug and Cat Noir. I wouldn't phrase it like that because it's a kid's show, but how funny would it be for somebody to just approach them like that? Y'all mofos, Ladybug and Cat Noir. You sure you're not? You sound a lot like them. If anyone's interested in seeing me draw myself as a Miraculous hero, I'm gonna be real, I'd probably have the Mouse Miraculous. Don't know what I'd call myself, but I'd have the Mouse Miraculous. Here's the thing. If you want to see me draw myself as a hero, just in the Miraculous Ladybug universe, or as an akumatized person, because I know how I would get akumatized, and it would be bad. If you'd like to see any of that, and I won't go into what I would be like as an akumatized person for the sake of getting you guys to say, yes, please, Hess. Show us what you'd be like as an akumatized person and how you'd get akumatized and all that junk. I won't go into it, but I'd be a good I'd be bad, as in I'd be a bad guy, but I'd be good as bad guy. I love phrases that make no sense, but make sense. Did that make sense? Probably not. Okay. brain fart makes it hard to come up with things to say. I am noticing that I am getting better at not feeling like I'm dying because my throat/vocal cords aren't straining as much after these, because I record at least once a day. But it still ain't good. Again, let me know in the comments if you have any ideas at all for potential video ideas you want to see, different characters you want to see me do, what I should talk about during these videos, or are you all just enjoying me going off about my process and whatever I can think of. I hope y'all are enjoying it, because the only video I've gotten comments on so far happens to be my Who Made Me a Princess animation. And that video is only 17 seconds long. I'm just curious what videos people would like to see from me and how I can improve my channel's quality. Because these videos are fun to do. I just am worried about leaning on them too much. You know? So let me know in the comments what character/series should I do next. What I should talk about. If you'd like me to talk less, if you'd like me to talk more. If I need to explain more of my process. All that jazz. In the comments. Got about 2 minutes before I am done recording the audio for this. This is legit me looking at the timestamp. How did you think I did, and do you think my design for Ladybug is better or worse than the original? Again, I'm probably biased because it's my own design. I think this is better because it's just not as taxing on the eyes, in my opinion. My opinion isn't that good often, but in my opinion, I think, I don't know, she looks less skin tight, like even though it's the same amount of skin type. Yeah, but let me know if you think this design is an improvement, if it's a downgrade. Other than Chat Noir, which character should I do next? Do you want to see different outfit ideas I have for her and Chat Noir? Because I have a few ones based off of just her leaning into the whole Ladybug motif, how I would want them to look as when they're older, that kind of stuff. Well, that's all from me. Please subscribe, comment.